the emotions that you have can be really helpful because, it really shows them that in their moments where they have emotions, that they don't have to be embarrassed to share them with you either. And then it gives you the ability to become a team and process through and move past, which really just kind of like you cleaning the shower for the girlfriend, that's teamwork. That's what we need in life to help each other get through difficult situations. So I don't think anybody should ever be embarrassed about an emotion that they have. As long as we can take a moment to pause before we act, we're doing pretty good. And I think allowing ourselves to forgive ourselves when we're not so gracious about that is important too. It doesn't mean we don't need to apologize maybe if we act negatively towards someone. So maybe we do, and we need to sincerely apologize. But again, having the emotion itself is never something that you should be embarrassed by, ever.
And maybe I was just thinking but you're absolutely right about that. But maybe I was thinking that I was embarrassed for how I reacted to the situation and the emotion that I was feeling. Like I was showing the emotion, I guess, or showing the frustration and attitude, like a spoiled brat almost. Like I'm the guy that the delivery guy comes from all the way downstate with just my package in his truck. Kind of like that. And my mom, if she's listening to this, she will be laughing her ass off because she knows. She's like, oh yeah, Corey's he always has to have his way. Like if he doesn't get his way, it is Pout City. It is bad. And I'm working on that. I really am. But she raised me because being her favorite son and her favorite child, I always felt like I was better than the rest of them. So, so maybe it all is all her fault. And you know what, Mom, I'm almost ready to let you lend me money again. So if you keep it up, you keep on the right path, I'll let you loan me money. We have that relationship now. Where I had to put boundaries up. I was like, Mom, you cannot loan me any more money. I'm like, stop it. But now,
usually that's the mom putting those boundaries. So kudos on you.
Thanks. Yeah. She's, hey, do you need some money? You want money? No, Mom, I don't need it. No, she doesn't do
that.
Look
at you all adulting and being responsible and grown up.
No, that's a joke between her and I because I would used to always have to ask her to borrow money and stuff, and still there are times in my adult life where I do need help and I just need a hand, and now that I'm sober and in recovery, she doesn't hesitate whatsoever, and that's an amazing feeling, just the transformation that people can make. And I live with myself every single day, so I don't see it as much as other people do. Now there are times when I reflect and look back, like the situation earlier with the UPS guy. Like I would have let that cause me to go drink, and now that was the last thing on my mind would be to go drink. I handle things so much differently, and stuff like that. I can kind of look back and go, oh man, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that would have been a whole different outcome to that. So,
but isn't that amazing that you have grown that much in a year?
Mm-hmm. It really is.
Do you take time to give yourself credit for that, I hope?
From time to time I do, but I like to keep it moving. I like to keep going, okay, what's next? And sometimes, when I'm alone in the car or something, I'll think, man, that's amazing. And, that's usually when I thank God for getting me to where he's gotten me and, putting me on the path. And I don't feel like I'm finished at all. I feel like I'm just kind of getting started. And, the things that I have planned it's going to be huge, and it's going to really help people in recovery. And I just think it's fun too. The whole 501.
And that's what makes you such an incredible leader. Leadership is not about you doing everything for everyone else. It's about you empowering individuals to be able to do that for themselves.
Yep.
So what an incredible example you have become. You're not saying I'm a perfect person. You're saying I've fallen, but here I am. I got back up, and look how far down that path I've been able to travel because I didn't quitting.
Yep. And
it's amazing.
And people, they listen, and a lot more people listen to what I say than probably should. But a lot more people listen though than I can even imagine. And And that's kind of mind blowing, but they like what they're hearing and they keep coming back. So, I just got to keep it up. And that's kind of what I've been doing with the podcast. But with the other things that we're going to be doing, like you said, I have to realize, hey, let's lift them up and let other people lead and let other people take, reins of different parts of it. And that's something that I really want to extend once we get the 501c3 application back or license. That's so much fun, isn't it, Lisa?
I am really glad that was a long way back down our journey because that was very stressful. But it's all good once it's done and you get that letter back. But it's none of this is about being perfect, and I think that's what people really need to keep in mind is that in the recovery world, it's not about saying, from this moment on, I'm never going to slip, I'm never going to do anything. It's about I'm going to do my best today. I'm going to do my best today, and not putting, your foot too far in front of the other one, but instead just say, if I can just move a little bit forward today, that's going to be a huge success. Mm-hmm. And I think we just giving ourselves more grace than we have a tendency to do in this very fast-paced world is something that, so many of us struggle with, myself included. Now, I don't ever pretend like I am a perfect person and that I know I don't always do things as well as I would like, but it's all about, did I do the best I could do in that moment? And that's where I have to really find my ground, because otherwise, we find ourselves second guessing and doubting ourselves all the time. And really, it's just about, did I do the best I could do today? And if I didn't, how can I do it better tomorrow?
And just,
what a difference we can make in our lives and the lives of other people if we can just start thinking like that.
It'd be a nice thing to do. And
yeah.
You know what I was thinking, Lisa? We should team up. We should do.
I think.
Listen to this before you agree to anything. All right, wait
a minute. What?
We should do a walk. But this is very just thought of it. So there's going to be lots of things that are wrong with it. But what if we did a walk where we did just a little bit each day? Like we walked it's going to take some time and commitment. So maybe we get team members to help us. But we walk a mile a day or maybe 2 miles or I don't know, something. And then we just walk to California or something. Or
oh, who's going to do our job so we're gone? I mean, I'm all about walking. I love it.
We got cell phone. I mean,
it's a great form of self-care.
We just walk a mile. What do we got? Lawn chairs. We just sit down.
There might be some things that would need to be discussed about this, but yes, definitely would be. Very rough draft. It sounds like in your mind right now. So there's some things we would need to work through.
Just stop on a bridge. Oh, it's a mile. We got to sit here for another day. And people stop and give us sandwiches. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking, just to show that just by a little bit of effort, or maybe what we do is we make a sign or get a coin or we just, I don't know. It sounds like a crazy idea, but I like crazy ideas. Well, let me think about this, and you think about it too, and it could be something like passing something, and then next thing you know, what started out here is way over there, and it just took a little bit of time.
I really like the idea of passing something and showing how far something can travel with teamwork.
That maybe we put something in a box, and we say,
wouldn't it be cool if you mailed something to someone and then they mailed it to the next person?
Well, then we have to depend on the UPS guy.
I don't know.
We know that's not always reliable.
Well, wait a minute. Those UPS guys are nice. I already told you. I have a little brother who does UPS. He's a nice guy. Hard worker. Mm-hmm. Oh, anybody who shows up with dog treats is a good person.
Okay. I'll have to remember that.
But I do think, though, that it's a good idea for us to touch base a little bit, though, about those helplines that are out there for individuals. whether it's recovery helplines or suicide prevention lifelines, the type of work that you and I both do, just to make sure for people who do struggle that they remember that those access to help is out there.
And by struggle, you mean if they're having a hard time and they think that they just can't bear with it, can't do it anymore, as some say, right?
Yeah, right. And part of that safety plan should be, even thinking about if you feel like you're starting to spiral, think about that self-awareness. Think about the actions that you can take to possibly change your situation. Who are the people that you should be hanging around or not hanging around to help elevate your mood or your, help keep you safe from substance use? What places should you be going or not going? What friends or family members can you reach out to give you that emotional support? Do I need to turn to a professional? And then giving ourselves the reminders that, yes, we can get through this. But then if you're still struggling, being able to reach out to like the crisis text line, which is good for either substance use or thoughts of suicide. That crisis text line is 741-741. There's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is 1-800-273-TALK. And then there's actually a local hotline that's provided by North Country Community Mental Health for this northern Michigan area, which is 877-470-4668. And I think it's important for people to remember, too, if you call one of those hotlines, be aware that there might be part of a wait. So if you can have someone with you while you're calling those, that's wonderful. Having someone there to help you is great, but if you can't, make sure you don't give up. If you don't get through or the help you need from the first one, go to the next one. And the ER is always available, or 911. Those are places that are able to help. And we need to know that, yes, we are strong and resilient people, but if we need help, it's okay to get the help. We want people to get the help. Everybody has that value and worth, and none of us are perfect. We all need each other to help sometimes.
Now, what advice would you give if, like, say the guy listening, driving his car right now, and maybe he's, just a guy in recovery, maybe he's got 5 years or something. He's doing pretty good in his recovery, but he knows somebody that he's kind of leery about with their relapses. When they go relapse, or maybe it's not even a relapse. Maybe they just are down and out, and they're saying little things that he's like, man, is he hinting around that he might be wanting to take his own life? Like, how do I ask him that? Like, what advice would you give to that person who may know somebody without making them feel like you're just flat out, hey, man?
Well, I think you need to be honest with an individual. Don't argue with someone about how they're feeling. Don't try to tell them how they should feel, but be upfront and say, I care about you. These are the things I'm noticing. And sometimes those things can be connected with a relapse to substance use, or it could be a connection to suicide. I need to know if this applies to you. Are you having thoughts of suicide? Are you thinking about using again? And then just make sure you withhold any judgment. This is just about you being a caring person, wanting to be able to help them through this moment. Give them the patience and space to just be able to answer. And then when they share with you, you need to talk with them about how they're feeling. And I should rephrase that. You need to listen to them about how they're feeling. Less talking from you and more listening. Just talk enough to get them talking. So really it's just about listening and letting them kind of vent about what might be going on in their life. And then you need to connect them to someone else if they're unable to keep safe and don't have those good connections. And certainly encouraging, whether it's support meetings or whatever you need to do in that recovery community to help keep them from using. Those things are important. But again, it's not about saying what they're thinking or feeling is wrong. Instead, it's about validating that you recognize that's how they are thinking and feeling. Letting them know you care so that they don't feel alone, and then getting them connected to the right person if that's appropriate. Yeah.
And I learned from the Safe Talk training, too, to not